The food is piling up at a local company trying to make sure families in need get a feast this Thanksgiving. NAI is a global manufacturing company that makes fiber optic and cable systems. Starting today, they are hosting a food drive at their Gaylord location and will accept donated food items for the rest of the week. The collected food will go to area families in need so they can celebrate Thanksgiving. Donations of potatoes, canned vegetables, pies, and other Thanksgiving foods have already been collected. The company says it's an effort to give back to the community.
TE is a defect in the part of the skull that separates the brain from the ear. This can cause brain fluid leakage and even meningitis. Now, an innovative endoscopic operation is minimizing the incision and impact on the brain, repairing the problem in little more than an hour of surgery. Courtney Hunter explains in Healthy Living.
Details are extremely limited at the moment.
We know crews were called out just after 5 this evening. The sheriff's office says it happened at 50 Avenue Bridge, just south of River Road in Sylvan Township. They say 3 kids fell through the ice. 2 were able to make it back to shore. Now rescue crews are looking for the 3rd. The sheriff called it a recovery. We have a crew on the scene pressing for information. We will update you with any developments.
It's a major step for any first-year governor, laying out your plans in your first State of the State address. Earlier this evening, Governor Gretchen Whitmer took control of the House floor at the state capitol to express her worries as her team takes off as governor and her plans to resolve those issues.
9 and 10's Eric Lloyd was on hand for the speech tonight to bring us this report. We are following 2 developing stories right off the top for you tonight. First, this is video of a manhunt in Wexford County. Police are trying to find a break-in suspect who ran from police this afternoon.
In Montcalm County, the search is on for 2 people considered armed and dangerous. We are live in Lakeview, where police say the pair shot someone in the head. Northern Michigan's news leader has crews at both scenes to get you the newest developments.
Let's start with the manhunt in Wexford County, and let's break down how this all started. State police say that a man broke into Wilderness Party Store in Missaukee County's Lake City this morning. Surveillance video helped track down a person of interest. A few hours later, a trooper tried to pull over a car on West Lake Mitchell Drive near South Lake Drive in Wexford County. They say the break-in suspect was behind the wheel and ran. They've been searching for him in the area since. 9 and 10's Katie Boomgaard got on scene shortly after, and she is live with where this manhunt stands right now. Katie?
Kevin, just about an hour ago, the MSP helicopter arrived to help from the air to search for this man. We are standing here on West Lake Mitchell Drive, where the trooper initially tried to pull the car over. The driver ended up crashing into this snowbank over here and took off on foot. Police found evidence in the car that links him to the breaking and entering investigation at Wilderness Party Store. MSP is still investigating if it's the same man they saw in the party store's surveillance video. For hours, multiple agencies have been searching this swampy area for the man.
We're right along Lake Mitchell, and there's no roads back in there. It is very swampy and wet, especially this time of year in the spring.
Right now, investigators are looking for a white male, late in his 20s, with dark hair, a tall, thin build. He was last seen wearing running pants and a plaid shirt or a plaid jacket. Once again, state police say the community is not in any danger and that they will stay out here until they find him. Live in Cadillac, I'm Katie Boomgaard for 9 and 10 News.
The opioid crisis has even hit babies. 863 babies were exposed to drugs at birth in 2016. 9 and 10's Katie Boomgaard talked to some moms in recovery looking to stop the stigma. Hear their stories in this special report, Overcoming Opioids, a Mom's Mission.
That baby is hope for the future. And so that can be one of the reasons they never went to seek treatment before. They didn't have something so important to change their lives. I think that's where it starts.
There's a starting point for every addict's journey to recovery.
Opiates at first, but then when they stopped working, I started doing heroin. I started drinking after I had my oldest. And I drank all the way up until after I knew I was pregnant with my second son. So I was drinking into that pregnancy and finally started seeking out help.
And more people are falling victim to opioids, including moms.
I was prescribed opiates That went on for the longest time, and I was really depressed. So in August, I relapsed, and then I just finally decided that I needed outside help.
Their journey looks a little different because there's a precious patient involved.
When I started out of residency over 8 years ago, I noted that there was an increasing number of women who were dependent on opiates and needed extra help during their pregnancies so that they felt comfortable and safe disclosing that information, but also had the ability to seek treatment, care, counseling.
Dr. Julia Riddle with Grand Traverse Women's Clinic says help and treatment weren't really available for pregnant moms when this epidemic first broke. But now programs and medicine are a saving grace.
They come in and they admit to opiate use disorder, and we see everything from heroin to morphine to cocaine. I'm seeing more methamphetamines than ever before. We treat them the same as any other woman. They come in, we do an ultrasound, we see the baby's heartbeat, we get them excited about their pregnancy.
Babies can suffer withdrawal from the drug the mom was on during her pregnancy.
This year we have treated 30 babies for withdrawal with medication in our NICU, so a little less than 10% of our population.
Even though these babies can require a lot of care, here at Munson, they have volunteer cuddlers who comfort their tiniest patients.
This is not fetal alcohol syndrome. This is neonatal abstinence syndrome. This is something acute that happens, and it can be dramatic initially, but it is always managed carefully by our staff and our team. And when the symptoms have alleviated, there is no reason to believe that that baby won't go home and reach its full potential.
For the moms, breaking the stigma and getting the help was key. These moms turned to addiction treatment services in Traverse City.
For me, that's what I was mostly scared of, is that I don't want my kids to grow up and be addicted. I want that to end. I hope that they never have to deal with what I have dealt with. If you genuinely want help, there is help out there.
And the goal to be clean was clear.
I was a pretty good mom when I wasn't using. So just knowing that I can get back to that and be with my kids and be sober and have relationships with my family again, that's my motivation to do everything that I am doing.
For 9 and 10 News, I'm Katie Boomgaard.
We've posted recovery resources on 9and10news.com.